Hey YouTube, Jim here. Welcome to Top 10 Archive. Science. For centuries, it's been humanity's salvation, and sometimes their demise. But before we get too morbid, I'll get straight to the point and say that science sometimes creates beautiful things, and sometimes it births strange creatures that should never have been unleashed into nature. From sea creatures that glow in the dark, to bees that could wipe out our race and beyond. Here are the top 10 strange creatures created by scientists. But before we get started, why not become an archivist today by clicking that subscribe button and notification bell so you don't miss out on any future uploads. If you end up enjoying this video, let us know by giving it a thumbs up, and in the comment section, tell us what you would create with science if you had the chance.
Number 10. GLOWFISH. These glow-in-the-dark fish were just zebrafish until scientists got a hold of them by inserting DNA from other animals, like jellyfish. They were the first genetically engineered animal to become available to the public. They were, of course, made in Taiwan as novelty pets and sold for around $20 each. As a child, I would definitely have wanted one, but with goldfish being as relatively inexpensive as they are, there's no way my family would have paid $20 for a single glow-in-the-dark fish. Still, you have to wonder, what good are glow-in-the-dark pets anyway? And why are we modifying live animals for our own entertainment? Number 9. Killer bees. Killer bees could easily be a box office success. The trailer would go something like, "What happens when scientists scientifically modify two perfectly good breeds of honeybees and make a killer bee that could wipe us all out? Suspenseful music, close-ups on tiny bee faces, etc., etc. What hero will come and save us?" Well, imagine that it's real life and we still haven't found a hero that will save us all because scientists decided to crossbreed two kinds of bees for the sole purpose of increasing honey production, as if bees weren't in enough danger already. Well, after that experiment and the later accidental release of that bee into the wild, we're the ones in danger. Approximately 1,000 human beings have died after being attacked by these bees. They're aggressive, they're persistent. Hey, they're everything you want in a WWE wrestler, and not in an insect. Thanks, science. Number 8. Bodybuilder cows. It's always really annoying when I run into cases of animals that are naturally more athletic than me, which really is most animals, but these genetically modified animals take the trophy for being the most built animals in the world. That's it, I've declared it now. Well, except maybe for Terry Crews. He's definitely more built. But anyway, this breed of cow is called the Belgian Blue and is made to look hypermuscular due to their increased muscle fibers. The condition that makes them look this way is called double muscling, but I almost feel like that should go in our things you should never Google list. It makes you wonder why scientists would want animals to look this way, and if this is hard for the animals in any way. Regardless, I'm making a calendar with these. Prices start at $29.99. Number 7. Genetically modified pets. Genetically modified animals aren't a thing of the future. Scientists have modified a variety of animals to have strange characteristics, sometimes for reasons we can't even fathom. Take the featherless chicken, for instance. This animal already can't fly. Now you want it to grow up without any feathers at all? This bird is slowly being pushed out of the bird category altogether, and it's going to join a union. In all seriousness, this condition does leave them vulnerable to parasites, weather, and even increases their aggressiveness. Forget caged. Ask your local grocer if your chicken is feathered. Number 6. Vacante mouse. For some reason, this name sounds like you'd find a mouse drawing, like the Vitruvian Man. If the Vitruvian Man were a Da Vinci drawing of a mouse with an ear growing out of it, of all the places to grow a limb and of all the animals to give it to, why would scientists choose a mouse? This was done by Charles Vacante at the University of Massachusetts. In reality, it was innovative because researchers grew an ear out of cartilage on the back of a mouse, which could be grafted onto a human. Number 5. Transparent frogs. Of all the creatures scientists cook up in a lab, this has got to be one of the coolest and most harmless. While a bit strange to look at, these frogs are strangely mesmerizing with the color of their skin genetically modified to disappear. The transparent frogs are lucky in that they can go on with their lives, literally, while researchers study their internal organs, reproductive patterns, and other aspects of their bodies without cutting them open like we did in high school. No more traumatized young people, and no more dead frogs for science. Number 4. Lemur rat. Remember that scene in Napoleon Dynamite where they show that drawing of a liger, the mixed breed of a lion and a tiger? Although funny in the movie, it's actually a real thing. But not what we're talking about right now. I just wanted to reminisce about Napoleon Dynamite. What we're talking about is what scientists have created, a lemur rat. No, it's not a mix between a lemur and a rat, but actually a lemur and a cat. The lemur rat was allegedly created as a designer pet for China's bored elite and is said to have been a successful invention. Aesthetically, I wouldn't say it's the cutest pet, with the cat-like fur, the lemur stripes, and the yellow eyes. But hey, to each his own, right? Number 3. Spider goat. Sometimes the jokes just write themselves, don't they? Spider goat is definitely reminiscent of the Simpsons' Spider Pig, but no relation. But I should really get to the story. The spider goat was created by a professor named Randy Lewis at Utah University. For the most part, the spider goat is just a goat with silky milk, which sounds pretty disgusting, honestly, but is really just a goat with extra protein present. Number 2. Human-pig hybrid. This is one of the most extreme. Scientists were trying to grow human organs in animals to transplant them to people who needed them, so they created a human-pig hybrid using embryos of 2 different species and combined them. Previously, this type of experimentation would have been an absolute impossibility because of a lack of public funding. This project, however, is privately funded and successfully created the first embryo hybrid. We'll see what happens next. It could lead to a huge change in where we source our organs or in a human-pig species world takeover. Number 1. Live beheaded dogs. Number 1 leads the list for a reason. It's truly haunting, especially if you're an animal lover. In 1940, scientists published photos of beheaded dogs whose heads they kept alive for hours. The head they kept alive was still able to function in a variety of ways, licking and wiggling and so forth. They appropriately named the endeavor the zombie dog experiment. They achieved this creepy creation by putting the dog on artificial blood circulation. Their objective was to research if perhaps a human could be resurrected after death. What the results mean is unclear, but boy, do I not want to walk into a room where there's a live dog head. Thanks for watching. What do you think? Should scientists be messing around creating hybrids like these, even if they may have some actually life-saving benefits for humans? Tell the world your thoughts in the comments section. Before you watch the next Top 10 Archive video, please subscribe to the channel, click the bell, and give this video a thumbs up.